What's going on, guys? Thursday, March 22nd, 2018. I'll get this video started with some deals for you. Just a couple, one from Verizon, one from T-Mobile. Then we've got some promos that are coming from T-Mobile, some of the uncarrier deals that they have. Do have some carrier news from Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. And then a quick thing from some hardware. And then I'll hit you with some 5G news and then something wacky and funny at the end to give you maybe a smile about 5G, something kind of funny. So I'll just jump right in with the deals. So this one's coming from Verizon. A buy one, get one for the S9, S9 Plus. Basically what they're going to do is you buy the first phone, put it over installments, and the second device, whether you choose an S9 or S9 Plus, you would get for free. The way they do this is they're going to give you 24 bill credits, so they space it out over the installment plan. So you have to do it through that plan. There's no trade-in required. There's a $25 activation fee per line. It does require a new line of service. This does exclude taxes, and if you cancel, you owe the full balance of the device. So things to consider if you're thinking about getting that deal. From T-Mobile, this is available March 27th. They're doing a giveaway for, I guess, a free year of MLB TV and a free trip to the All-Star Week. So this is I guess they're doing an MLB at Bat app, which is a value of $20. You'll be getting that for free. T-Mobile customers also qualify for 25% off discount at the MLBshop.com. They're also doing 10 cents off per gallon at Shell gas stations. This is all part of T-Mobile Tuesdays, and it runs between March 27th and April 2nd. So look into that if you're interested in any of that. Some carrier news. Jump into AT&T. AT&T is getting sued again. This lawsuit stems back, I think, somewhere between 2014 and 15. This particular lawsuit that is now in federal courts stems back to a decision from 2016. It was filed over a class action lawsuit initially. Has been changed to an individual lawsuit. This is over some throttling and unlimited data restrictions that AT&T didn't make clear to some customers. I guess the customers were supposed to be getting unlimited data, and they were getting throttled after 3 gigabytes or 5 gigabytes. So this has moved to the Supreme Court, federal courts, and AT&T is refusing to pay the refunds that are being required. So this is kind of getting drawn out. Some of these cases date back to 2014. So I have a feeling that they're not going anywhere, and AT&T doesn't want to pay these refunds. From Sprint, there is kind of a shakeup going on within Sprint itself. I'm sure a lot of you have been following the channel are aware of this. They have just had their network architecture director resign. So, I mean, there's no reason exactly, nobody has said anything, but I'm guessing it has to do with the cuts, the layoffs. I doubt it has anything to do with direction or any type of issues or tension within the company or any type of vision issues. This network architecture director is directly ahead of the 5G committee. So we're talking about any type of decisions being made for the future of the 5G network build out. The person who did resign, I believe she was a Nextel carryover, so she's been with the company a long time. But we've been seeing a lot of layoffs from Sprint. They're trying to trim the fat, get rid of a lot of the positions to save money. It's part of the initiative to make the company more profitable. So the organization restructuring that's been going on, this is just a continuation of that. So I think there's going to be more to come from, Sprint in the future with these reconstructions of the company. I think Marcelo Clore, their CEO, is definitely going to be open and honest about that. It's something that the company has needed, trying to save money in whichever ways they can. Let's move over to T-Mobile now. T-Mobile's going to attempt a $10 billion share buyback, increased growth, consistent subscriber growth. The network expansion plan has been working. Their reputation as the Un-carrier has helped their push. The initiative to increase business has really changed quite a bit in the last few years. So now with this buyback, with all this success, T-Mobile wants to gain more control back into the company. So, buying some of these stocks and these values back from the shareholders. They want to get more involved in the future investment. A lot of the internal decision making from the financial side. T-Mobile does want more control of that. So, this does kind of get into the investment side. The Layer 3 TV deal has kind of been completed this year. We're expecting phase one of that in 2018. They're going to use the tax reform dollars probably to do a lot of these buybacks in terms of the stocks, invest in the network, continue to follow through with that plan, and then continue with the little tuck-in acquisitions. Nothing huge like a merger with Sprint, but expect more similar deals from like the Layer 3 TV deal. Things similar to that. I mean, those types of deals cost anywhere between 300 to $500 million. It's nothing like a merger or an acquisition that could take tens of billions or whatever, those huge investments. So expect more of that. And I did find an interesting article. According to somebody close to the situation, T-Mobile was actually going to take the Sprint merger and shut down 30% of the cell sites that Sprint was using. And what they were going to do is they're going to take all the assets and all the spectrum and roll out the 2.5 gigahertz spectrum, which would have been huge for T-Mobile. That would have vaulted them in as a major player in 5G, probably would have expedited the building of the process of the 5G network. I mean, it's just amazing to think if that would have happened, what we would be saying right now about T-Mobile. So to think that it fell through and that was the potential plan is really astounding. So just something to ponder over. Let's move over to Verizon. Verizon spent the most money on TV ads last quarter, $55 million, most of any carrier. I believe they spent $32.5 million on just one ad, the airport departure ad. Sprint came in number 2 with $51.3 million in ads. T-Mobile came in at number 3, like just barely behind them at $51.1 million in ad dollars spent. So no mention there from AT&T, but AT&T did have a great quarter. So no correlation apparently. Verizon has also partnered with Cisco Systems. They're building a hybrid network setup where they've been testing some unique storage and security protocol. They've been testing in Massachusetts. They've got some improved results over the TCP/IP networks that are traditionally used. Apparently, the goal is to make video media load management much better. So having the handoff between one cell site to another, decreasing the issue, the lag. I have noticed that from site to site with Verizon, whenever switching sites, macro sites, talking cell sites, the video stream resolution does drop. So the connectivity does kind of change, and then it kind of restores after a few seconds. So I have a feeling those are the kind of issues they're trying to resolve. So we'll see what comes of this in the future. I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel. Some hardware news. This is coming from Huawei. Best Buy is not going to be selling their phones or laptops or smartwatches anymore. Now, that was pretty much Huawei's only way into the U.S. was through Best Buy. They do some work with some online retailers, but within a few weeks, Best Buy is going to be walking away from Huawei. So that's pretty much it. They stopped ordering from them. All those devices, all the headway that Huawei had made up to this point, all out the window. Everybody's kind of turned their back on any use of this OEM, and obviously there's a political pushback there. And then with some 5G news, it's been all about the FCC. They have voted to expedite small cell leasing and licensing and approvals. This is happening at a national level. So the vote went 3-2. It's pretty much boiled down to the U.S. doesn't want to lose the 5G race on a national perspective and an international perspective. So this is going to expedite the development of the new sites. Getting up all the small cells, deploying all the equipment, all the antennas. Historic regions are still going to be an issue. A lot of city to city, state to state bills have been getting passed. On a national level, it's a big deal. I know a lot's been going on in Florida and LA and California. Mayors of big cities, it's kind of been a mixed bag, trying to answer to the citizens of the cities and then trying to push for enhanced network performance. It's been very tough to manage that. But I think we can all agree that the fees have been excessive. Sprint paid $23 million last year. AT&T is expecting to pay $45 million in 2018. T-Mobile's paid $8 million so far in its new rollout of its new spectrum. They're expecting an additional $16 million in fees this year. So they have been paying out the wazoo to try to get their networks expanded and push towards 5G. So we'll see what happens in the future if that's going to be alleviated. And the last thing I'll leave you with, something to make you chuckle. The Verizon CEO has stated that he believes 5G network technology will prove that some devices will last a month in terms of their battery life. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Connection latency will improve, of course, but if you think about it, a 3,000 milliamp hour battery on a phone is still a 3,000 milliamp hour battery on a phone. It doesn't matter. So I don't know what he's talking about. It's true the throughput would be better, the connectivity would be better. If the processor doesn't have to work as hard because the connection is really, really fast, of course, it should improve battery life. But to say a smartphone is going to last a month because it connects to 5G technologies, that's just crazy. I don't know what he's talking about. So I thought that was funny. Hopefully you guys get a kick out of that too. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is Steve from Steve Mobile Tech, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.